So good morning, everybody. I'm delighted to see you all here. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Jacqui Molyneux. I'm the chair of the trustees for RCVS Knowledge. And I noticed on the sign out there, it says the introduction is going to be from the Jacqui Molyneux, which makes me feel very important. So I just do a few sort of really boring housekeeping things. There are no fire alarms planned, so if a fire alarm goes off, it's the real thing, and follow the green signs. I'm not going to make the joke about follow me because I'll be in front, because everybody says that. Everybody, can you please make sure that your mobile phones are either in silent or off, because everybody gets really embarrassed when their phone goes off, and there's always one. And of course, I can say that you'll be fined for knowledge, so that's good. I'd like to remind you the exhibitors hall is just along the corridor, and please look at them, talk to them. They make your day here much cheaper than it would need to be otherwise, so it's important that we give them value as well. So when you go to get your tea and coffee, please mill around and speak to them and make sure they feel nurtured. So I'm delighted to see you all here. Knowledge is something that's very dear to my heart, and getting us involved in evidence-based veterinary medicine, I think, is a very important issue and something that sits very well for knowledge to become involved in, and in fact to be the leaders in taking this forward. So this all started, I suppose, 3 or 4 years ago, and is now building up a real head of steam. And I don't know, I hope that most of you here realise that the Cochrane collaboration is only made effective by the fact they have something like 30,000 volunteers who do the work of doing the knowledge reviews and the meta-analyses and things, and then they feed those back in. And if we could get even a tenth of the way near there in a few years' time, I would feel that we are moving completely in the right direction. And I hope that's why a lot of you are here, because you want to develop the skills to be able to contribute the knowledge summaries into knowledge. That's certainly what our idea of the day is, and I hope it's what your idea of the day is. So please feel free to get involved after today and start writing knowledge summaries for us. If you need more help, there will always be people in the team in Belgrave House that can help you. But we would be absolutely delighted if you could get involved in that way, because that then helps us build up a real repository of knowledge that we can take forward. So on that's really all I wanted to say at this point. Dr. Viner is going to welcome you on behalf of the Royal College. So Bradley, if you'd like to come up.
Thank you. I'm not sure whether I'm billed as the Bradley Viner or not, but whatever my billing, I'm really delighted to see so many of you here today. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. The college has been very actively involved in encouraging the efforts of RCVS Knowledge to focus on EBVM. So why do we care so passionately about it? Well, the aim of the Royal College is to set and advance standards of veterinary practice, and we see EBVM as being central to that objective. What does our code say about EBVM? Well, there's a new part to the code which says veterinary surgeons must ensure that clinical governance forms part of their professional activities. So that's at the top level of the code. What does that mean? Well, it can mean lots of things, and there's lots of examples in the supporting guidance, such as critically analysing the evidence base for procedures and making appropriate changes to practice, organising practice team discussions on guidelines or protocols used in practice, looking at the evidence base for common procedures and treatments used in practice, and revising these as a result if necessary, and auditing the results of clinical procedures of interest to the practice team and using the results to improve patient care. So there now is a real imperative from the point of view of the Royal College upon our members to ensure that they do engage with clinical governance, and EBVM is a key part of that. That's also recognised in the Vet Futures report. I hope that you're all aware of this report that's at the moment coming to the end of a year's investigation, horizon scanning the future of the veterinary professions, both nursing and veterinary surgeons, through to 2030. And we've also, within that group, recognised from our research that it's vital that the veterinary profession is recognised and respected as a science-based profession. But we do have to take care not to be blindly evangelical about EBVM, despite the setting today, without recognising its pitfalls. EBM, on the medical side, has been developed for much longer, and although it's made very significant differences to some crucial areas of medical practice, it has its critics. EBVM has also been the focus of some criticism recently. So, are the critics misguided? Well, they are, but only in the sense that it's the misuse of evidence-based practice that they've been criticising, and so they're quite correct to question that. EBVM is not about following rules slavishly. It's about using the best available evidence to guide our clinical decision-making. That evidence will very rarely be perfect, and we have to recognise that. There may not be enough data, there may be issues with the quality of the data. Clinical trials will often be applied to different population groups to the patient that we're dealing with, and best practice may vary upon context. So our vision at the Royal College is not of a profession bound by rules that govern how we can treat our patients, but of a profession armed with the skills to easily obtain and critically appraise a sound evidence base to enable us to match the most appropriate diagnostic protocols and treatments to each individual patient. We need to encourage appropriate clinical research to improve the body of evidence available to us, but today's not about that. It's about giving those of us in the firing line the tools to enable us to evaluate the information that's available and to apply it to our clinical care to optimise our outcomes. I hope we all enjoy a stimulating and thought-provoking day that may in some way change the manner in which we practice and thus benefit all of our patients. Thank you.